What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to another edition of the CubCast, our new daily regular upload section we are putting together, looking at different news, different topics, and different discussions around the world of international music. And I'm very excited to be bringing you another list today. We're going to be getting into a very interesting conversation. Obviously, we're a few months into the year now, and there's obviously been a lot of releases land. We've seen some incredible album projects already land. We've seen some very highly impactful singles land as well. So what we're going to be doing is looking at the tracks that I feel personally haven't necessarily had the exposure or the kind of explosion of public interest that I feel they should have, from a listening perspective more than anything else, from a fan's perspective first and foremost, as always. Now, obviously, with this list, we're going to base it pretty much entirely on artists we have actually featured on the channel and tracks we have reacted to. I want to make sure it's fair. I don't want to be kind of claiming something's underrated if I haven't actually reacted to it, because then I'm not doing my job properly. So this is going to be a list made up of tracks that we have reacted to here on the channel that have come out this year that I believe have been underrated by the general public and the general listenership for these sounds. So there we go. As always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we're going to start this list off right away, which I'm very excited to do. Now, we have got five individual tracks on this list, and there are a lot of collaborations on this list as well. So there's a lot of different artists involved, and we're going to start off with one of my favorite collaborations of the year, a collaboration that I was very lucky to actually talk to two of the people involved with later on the Breakfast Show, which was really exciting. And this is, of course, Fiocchi, Aledo, and Peruzzi with Bad. Now, this tune, for me, is one of the catchiest kind of hooks I've heard so far this year. For me, it was a standout performance from Ledo on it in general. And obviously, it comes as part of Fiocchi's Man album, which, again, is absolutely spectacular. If you haven't had a listen through that full project yet, I really, really recommend you do. The overall feel of the project is absolutely fantastic, really organic, and we know how much Fiocchi has contributed to kind of Afrobeats music and sort of just global music in general over the past 10 years or so. One of the most consistent out there, and the album is definitely worth checking out. But when I listened through the album, this for me was the standout tune. Again, Peruzzi absolutely kills it. Again, I feel Peruzzi is generally one of the most underrated out there. Fiocchi absolutely kills his elements, and of course Ledo smashes the hook and her verses as well. This is definitely a tune that if you haven't heard, you need to go and check it out. For me, it's sitting on nowhere near as many views as it should have, and that's always a bit of an annoying kind of gripe with me. I always like to kind of push tunes that aren't necessarily getting the love they deserve, and that's exactly why we're doing this list. So that one is in number 5. In number 4, as we continue to move up this list, it comes to us from Shike, and it goes by the name Nwake Oma. Now, this as a tune, I was blown away when I heard this tune. The actual beauty of the arrangement, the sort of subject matter that's being discussed, the overall feeling, the vibe of the tune, the texturing, the layering, the compositional value, the vocal performance, everything about this absolutely stunned me. And yet, I feel, to be honest with you, this one hasn't got the appreciation it deserves. Obviously, Shike is a very popular artist, obviously touring a lot at the moment. We're seeing him pop up on a lot of live shows. I'm seeing loads of videos of him performing at live shows as well. So obviously, that's where his attention currently is. But this tune dropped this year, and I don't think it got the buzz that it necessarily deserved. Again, if you have the time, take a few minutes out to listen to this one. It's a beautifully arranged tune, and you get to see the most sort of delicate side of Shike's vocal ability, and it's really, really cool to see. Again, the overall arrangement is absolutely fantastic. It's very heavenly in the arrangement, which we know Shike can deliver, but this for me is the most kind of palpable version of that I have heard on a personal level. So there we go. Number 4 on this list is Shike with Nwake Oma. Now, moving up to number 3, a track that we very much supported here on the channel. I've supported it on numerous mixes. I had it on the Breakfast playlist, and yet again, I feel it hasn't had the love that this tune should have had. I'm a big fan of the main guy involved. Obviously, this one comes from Peruzzi alongside Iceberg TM, and it goes by the name Ready. This was a tune we reacted to here on the channel. First time actually reacting to Iceberg TM. I've checked him out since, and very much enjoyed what I've heard. But Peruzzi, again, undoubtedly one of the most underrated, in my honest opinion. So consistent with the releases we hear, so consistent with the features as well, and that's a big, big part of this. Whenever I hear a Peruzzi feature, I'm very keen to kind of dive into it, and I've had this discussion before on over on Just Vibes' channel with Emin, obviously from Palm Wine Papi, and his channel. We were discussing why Peruzzi is so underrated, even though he's been so consistent over the last few years. I still don't really understand why he is, but this one, again, hasn't really had the impact that I feel it would have had. Go and listen to it. Again, it's Young Willis on production. Incredible tune. Really nice blend of kind of Afro beats and dancehall flavor. Really energetic on the production side of things, and the vocals absolutely match it. We've included this one in a couple of TikTok mixes as well. Do go and check it out if you haven't already. Now, the next track on this, number 2, comes to us from a very interesting link-up indeed. Now, this one did only drop a couple of weeks ago, but again, it's had nowhere near the impact that I feel it should have had. Even though it's only been out a couple of weeks, for me, this should already be sitting on a much higher figure than we're seeing it on any of the streaming platforms. And this one is Boj and Eni with Culture. Outstanding link up, to be honest with you. The production on it, absolutely incredible. The kind of subtlety and the kind of quirkiness of a lot of the kind of guitar work. The lead vocal, obviously, from Boj that comes across the hook. One of the catchiest hooks I think I've ever heard. Very much moving towards the kind of alte sound. Very different in its kind of arrangement factor. Slightly dissonant in the actual melodies, but overall it does the job perfectly. And then you get onto Eni's verses as well. Eni absolutely smashes this one. Eni smashes everything she's on. And again, the actual vocal she brings to it is really, really insightful. She has a lot of very kind of textured lyricism, but it's also easy to digest if you're kind of new to listening to what Eni does. And I think this is it's a match made in heaven sonically. Both of them work really well together. Go and check this tune out. And also, the video is fantastic as well. A few of these have really good videos, but definitely the video for this one is one that stands out. Just the way it's shot, the kind of color grading on it, the kind of effects that we're seeing going on, it just looks fantastic, and it really kind of buys into the vibe of the tune. So definitely go and check that one out. But there we go. Now, moving into number 1 on this list, for me, the most underrated track of the year so far, also happens to be one of my favorite tunes of the year so far, and it comes to us off of Basket Mouth's Horoscopes project. This one goes by the name Love and Life. It features Johnny Drill, Simi, and M.I. Abega, and I tell you what, I've played this one on The Breakfast Show every single morning since the week it came out, and I am not exaggerating in the slightest. I've played it every single morning. I listen to it every single day. The arrangement is spectacular. The storytelling element behind the tune is outstanding. Simi's vocal is top notch. Johnny Drill's lead vocal is incredible. M.I. Abega absolutely smashes it as well, and the production on this is on a different planet. Dr. Set killed the entire album, but for me, this is the one that really stands out on the selection, so there we go. Incredible stuff. If you haven't heard this tune yet, or the Horoscopes album in general, for me, that's already the most underrated project of the year. Go and check out the Horoscopes project. I think it's only 10 tracks, so it doesn't take too long to listen through, but go and listen through. Some incredible features on there. Peruzzi's on there, I believe. One Day Cole's on there. You've also got... who else have you got on there? I'm pretty sure Buju's on there as well. The Cavemen are heavily featured. Fowls is on there. There's so many big features on there. Go and check out the project if you haven't already. But there we go. That is our list. Number 5, Fioke, Aledo, and Peruzzi with Bad. Number 4, Shike, Nwoke, Oma. Alongside this, number 3, Peruzzi and Aceberg TM with Ready. In number 2, Boj and Eni with Culture. And in number 1, Basket Mouth featuring Johnny Drill, Simi, and M.I. Abega with Love and Life. Go and check out each and every one of these tunes. We've got reactions to each and every one of them on the channel as well, so you can see just how much I enjoyed listening to them for the first time, but also just go and check out the tunes in general. But there we go. That's it from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's list. If there's any other lists you would like to see me make, please let me know in the comments section down below. I'm genuinely so keen to hear what you would like to hear me cover. Obviously, this is a section about news and kind of conversations, so if you give me conversation ideas, I will put the videos together. It's always a pleasure to do that, and it actually makes my life a lot easier when I'm given the conversation topics, because I know you guys will be interested. So there we go. As always, if you haven't already, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff, and we shall see you all next time, my friends. Have a good one, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.